happy for Megan Thee Stallion as well because she dropped Suga. I guess this is her second studio album, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how you want to.
Yeah. I think Fever's being called a mixtape,
Right.
and Tina Snow's being called an EP, and Suga was released in an abbreviated fashion, so it's only 24 minutes. Wikipedia right now calls this an EP. I don't know. The point is, this was supposed to be longer and supposed to be her proper official debut album, but due to all the recent label issues, it came out in its unreleased form. So yeah, this is definitely the quote music project. We don't know what the fuck to call it thing.
Yeah. What I do you want to start and just go over quickly like the label issues and specifically Red Sox great Carl Crawford just being an absolute dick here, man.
Just hilarious that he's in the middle of this of all things. I didn't know that. I had no idea he founded a indie label. Is it a 1501?
Yeah, 1501.
Nor the fact that it's a label that's affiliated with 300 Entertainment and actually found a star in Megan Thee Stallion. It's like their featured artist. It's just very strange, but yeah, just basic label issues when an artist wants to renegotiate because they're getting dicked over by a shitty contract they signed when they were younger or were misled on. The tale as old as time. You can ask really anyone about. There's plenty of stories, and of course, it was certainly in the news for even someone like Taylor Swift having similar issues in terms of her masters and whatnot. So yeah, but for Megan though, it seemed like the temporary restraining order she secured from the courts was what she used to run with and release this incomplete album and just run it out there, which I guess is an interesting choice because like Megan Thee Stallion is popping, is in the zeitgeist. There's no worry about her going away anytime soon. Everyone loved Reeler. It was really, really great. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of curious why she wanted to rush something so bad. Reeler came out in May and Tina Snow came out December 2018. It's not like we've been dying for Megan music. We've heard a fair amount recently. So I feel like this is kind of an interesting choice to rush something out, but it's still pretty good. So I guess you can take it either way.
You know, I think this is really a very strong album. I think especially like the first half of it, pretty much up to like BITCH or Rich, and then kind of ends in a bit of a low note for me. But it's interesting to think about kind of the where she's at, right? Because I think she said in an interview something like the money or from the sales of Hot Girl Summer and Tina Snow or something like that. She only got like something like 15K or like 50K or something like that, and sold, I mean, hundreds of thousands of copies. Just insane how badly she's getting dicked over by
right
1501 certified. But like you said, tales all this time with these labels and up and coming artists. I think this album could have taken a little bit more time and been a little bit better, but with the whole circumstance, it makes a lot of sense maybe why she got this out, thinking maybe like I'll fulfill another requirement for this and I have this restraining order, so just kind of get things out while I can and push this through the courts further. That being said, I really think maybe up until BITCH, this album was on track to be like a great album. I think it really lulls in the last couple. Crying in My Car and What I Need are pretty forgettable songs, but she just has a real knack for just coming across as like such a badass and just like
for sure
like just owning every track she's on. And it's such like pretty simple production. Like nothing on here really stood out as like, holy shit, like nothing on here. It's the level of Static Selecta, but she just crushes every single track that she's on. Like Captain Hook, which I added to our Nowstalgia Best of 2020 playlist, just so badass. Like she just fucking kills that track, and it sounds so cool with that like sword sharpening in the background or like being unsheathed or whatever it is. And there's just little things like that throughout that just buoy her to being such a fucking star on this. It's really great. Did you feel the same way?
Oh yeah, for sure. Ain't Equal, Savage, Captain Hook, those first three tracks are just more of the classic, what we expect from Megan in terms of just fire bars, incredible confidence and presence on the mic. And it's just fucking hot bars like the whole time. And um, then you have something like Hit My Phone, where I think that was also good too, because it's more hot bars from Megan mixed with I think mixed really blended really well with a really strong hook and verse from Kalani. And then
Mm,
Bitch, which was the lead singles, came out a few months ago. That one's cool because it's more of like a dipping into like R&B, in which I
yeah.
appreciate, because we've known from two projects now that she has the bars and she has like that technical ability and she just fucking rap her ass off. But it's cool to hear, I think, play with R&B more.
Yeah.
And that's where I actually kind of appreciated the last few tracks on this, even if I think they're a little, undercooked. Like Crying in the Car, What I Need, they just kind of reminded me of like how Rico Nasty and Doja Cat have also shown other sides to their sound. And I think, especially even in Rico's case, that's not like their best work, but just proving that you're even less and less one dimensional, I think is cool. And then like the case of Stop Playing, I think that's where it works the best, because it's still more that R&B flair, but then she also like does Gunna's Sold Out Dates flows on a track with Gunna, and she basically just made a Gunna
Mm.
song with Gunna. That was pretty cool. But yeah, Rich is like 90 seconds long. Probably could have cut that. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, those last two tracks aren't that great, but I think it's just the sentiment of where her head's at in terms of evolving as an artist that I appreciate.
Yeah, the Megan the Stallion takeover continues, man. She's a rocket ship in terms of uh female, but more like on the broader scale, just rap in the rap game right now. She's gonna be a superstar, and if she's not already. Um, anything else you wanted to say about this before we move on to a surprise album?
So I think it's interesting about the Megan album is that this is only projected to do 35 to 40,000 first week, which is actually up from what Fever did, which was 27. So that, I mean, that should sound low to people. It is, I guess, pretty low for a hip hop release. And you wonder if this got put out with 1501 doing zero like real distribution and stuff. I'm not sure about that. But even still, Megan is only one of like, I don't know, she's like one of like five female rappers that has had a top 10 album in like the past 10 years. And
Mm-hmm.
like after Nicki and Cardi, it's only a few other people, So she's already like, I think, really just kind of pushing forward. And of course, we talked a lot about the overall wave of new voices, female voices in hip hop, but she's certainly rising to the top, even if, I think commercially there's still tons of room for growth. So we'll be hearing from her soon enough, hopefully.
For being only 25 to have that be your contemporaries, the people you're comparing yourself to, Nicki and Cardi, pretty solid. So
Yeah.
uh, she's not hurting, even if maybe the sales aren't where they want to be or the streams.